I'm Ed Poole.
And I'm Susan Poole, and welcome to the Louisiana Film History Flashback.
For this episode, we want to flash back to the early 1950s, when multiplex theaters and drive-ins were on the rise.
Bernard and Lawrence Woolner each owned drive-in theaters, but one happy with the lower budget material for drive-ins coming out of Hollywood.
In 1955, they formed the company Woolner Brothers, based in New Orleans to produce their own films.
They also met with a new director on the rise, who was specializing in low-budget films, named Roger Corman.
Corman had been in the military during the war. After the war, Corman attended Stanford University and received his bachelor's degree in industrial engineering. He went to work in California for U.S. Electrical Motors, but after 4 days declared, "I made a terrible mistake," and quit his job.
Corman went to work at 20th Century Fox in the mailroom, but soon decided that he could do what they were doing on a smaller scale. In 1954, Corman made his first film, Monster from the Ocean Floor. Afterwards, looking for financing for new projects, he met the Woolner Brothers.
So let's flash back to 1955 for the Roger Corman, Woolner Brothers production of Swamp Women. According to reports, director Roger Corman and his production partner Jim Nicholson were completing a long road trip searching for backers for their movies when they met the Woolner Brothers. Bernard and Lawrence were drive-in theater owners based in New Orleans. Wanting to get into the production business, the brothers agreed to help finance Corman's project entitled Swamp Women. For many years, the Woolners considered making a feature picture and agreed that when they did, its background and setting would be the Bayou Lacombe, which is located near Mandeville, Louisiana, 40 miles north of New Orleans. In the film, written by David Stern, 3 women, accomplices in a big diamond robbery, are in jail. To learn the location of the gems, an undercover female police officer is planted in the same cell and discovers that the diamonds are buried in a Louisiana swamp. For an equal cut, the police officer engineers a fake escape so that the 4 women can recover the diamonds. Things don't go as planned when the 4 encounter an oil company geologist, his fiancée, and their guide in the bayou. Swamp Women starred Marie Windsor, Carol Matthews, Beverly Garland, Jill Jarman, Tutch Connors, and Susan Cummings. This was the second Louisiana-made film to feature Beverly Garland. She appeared in the 1955 movie New Orleans Uncensored. She would later return to Louisiana in 1959 for the movie Alligator People. Tutch Connors is better known as Mike Connors, the star of the TV series Mannix. Local actor Ed Nelson had a small part as a police officer in the film. In an interview, Nelson said that he met Corman while shooting the film and did everything on the picture, from playing a part and working as a location manager to wrestling an alligator. He also handled the dirty details of crew work. Location shooting on Swamp Women began in October of 1955. The opening scenes are in New Orleans at Mardi Gras. On October the 17th, 1955, a masquerade sequence featuring extras from all over New Orleans was filmed on location at the Court of Two Sisters. The Court of Two Sisters location at 613 Royal Street once housed a governor of colonial Louisiana, later becoming the home of Bertha and Emma Cammers, the 2 sisters after whom the landmark restaurant is named. The sisters owned a notion shop selling imported Parisian perfume and other niceties for New Orleans upper-class ladies. In addition, since Mardi Gras was over for the year, archival footage of the Rex Parade was used in between the party scenes.
Clubs that conduct the carnival.
The majority of the film was shot in and around Bayou Lacombe. According to the film's press book, 22 harrowing days were spent in Louisiana's Bayou Lacombe, one of the most beautiful and treacherous of all the famed bayous. Its stark wonders and scenic beauty had never before been recorded on motion picture film. Danger and death were just a slip away for the stars and technicians who made up the location unit. While cameras recorded the story action, 12-foot alligators floated lazily in the vicinity. Poisonous snakes slithered through the mulch and growth of jungle brush and foliage. Standing guard at all times was a hired gunman, a local citizen sharpshooter, who was constantly just outside the range of the camera, his rifle cocked and ready to protect the players and technicians. According to Touch Connors, the female actresses had it really tough. The script called for them to have fistfights, knife fights, climb trees, shoot guns, row boats, and have close contact with snakes and alligators, and many other grueling and hazardous chores. The actresses had to perform without doubles or stand-ins. What's more, the ladies had to wear uncomfortable shorts and had to look their best at all times. To make the fight scenes appear real, Corman hired Jack Hayes, a former featherweight boxer who specialized in teaching women how to battle with guns, knives, and fists. He was so good at his job that while practicing a judo move, Marie Windsor tossed Hayes over her shoulder and slammed him on his back with such gusto and skill that she knocked Hayes out for several minutes. After a long day of shooting, the cast returned to the primitive rooms at the abandoned Georgian Manor Hotel where they were staying. In an interview, Nelson recalled bringing the limited supply of hot water to the hotel so the cast and crew could bathe. It was also widely reported that on their first night at the hotel, the metal bed collapsed on actress Marie Windsor. The world premiere of Swamp Women was held at the Panorama Theater on Baronne Street on April the 27th, 1956. Swamp Women was featured in an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000 in 1993 as Swamp Diamonds, and received an honor of being declared in the 50 worst films of all times. This has been a presentation of Hollywood on the Bayou, preserving Louisiana's rich film history with books, prints, presentations, and exhibits. If you have questions, comments, or to learn more, you can visit our Facebook page or sign up for our Louisiana and Film newsletter, which is on our website, HollywoodOnTheBayou.com. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Louisiana Film History Flashback. Sue and I thank you, and we'll see you next time.